G'day, Nicholas. How you doing, mate? Hi, Cindy. How are you? Laura Havoc, hey. Tamba June, welcome. Quenthal, hey, what's up? You good, Nick? Great, awesome. Thank you for answering my question. I appreciate that. Great to have you here. Josh, did I see the new Cambridge study? Josh, tell me a bit about what was it about? I'll have to check it out. Greg, hey, from the USA, welcome. The Oddball, hello. Star of Orion. Sienna, hi. Cindy, super. Thanks for asking. Yourself? I'm okay. Douglas, hey, from foggy Florida. Yes. Am I right in saying I've heard that it's been quite unexpectedly or not the norm with regards to your winter weather? Chris, yo, Melissa, hello. Joshua Hen, hi. Robin, hi from Oregon, US, welcome. Josh, it's about how long you are going to live, at least the ones of us whom have ADHD. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's a useful study, isn't it, mate? Robin, hi. Random person, yo, from Washington State, USA. Here for a bit, got to pick up my son soon. From Robotics Club. Awesome. That's awesome. Michael in Florida as well. Aurora from Sora Faganax Films. I always think I'm going to say that wrong. Restless Mule, hi from Texas. Chantel, hi from foggy Netherlands. Well, it's very late where you are, so thank you for being here. Greg, your videos have helped me so much. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Random person. Got to pick up my son. Or my son, I'm not a pirate. Did you say me son? Like you did. Arr, I've got to go and pick up me son. Arr. Classic. Oh, I just read it as my son, but I like that. Pirate reference is better. Arr, me son's at robotics. Mr. Penfold, hey. Res 30 morning. Amanda Seacrest, what happened? Nothing happened, Amanda. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I'm fine. I just think there's probably a few things that I can talk about. Holy Jolokia, I can't say this. Holy Jolokia, hi. It's been overcast and Florida had some snow, said Douglas. Yeah, I thought that was right. Angus from Poland, welcome, Angus. Tessa, hi. Joshua, the National Autism Society still thinks we're 1 in 100. Okay, so you're talking about the study, I think. Josh Harrison, they went on to say the issue was more of a quality of life issue and not directly related to our disorder and more related to the lack of accommodations. Okay, well, that sounds positive. Good morning, Josh Harrison. Jen from Neurodivergent. Hey, Jen, how are you? How you going? What's happening? That's all I got. Dear Orion, hello. I wanted to make sure I didn't say hello with just an emoji, so please accept. So please accept my salutations and deepest gratitude for this love stream. Rezo, LOL. Wendy, hey from England. Thank you for being here. It's a bit late, isn't it? Amanda, you saw Unmasked and Uncensored in the title. Assume you're going to hear another tangent. You will hear more than one tangent, my friends. You will hear many tangents. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to blow. That sounded bad, but it isn't. But it did, but it isn't. But it did, but it isn't. Dizzy Lizzy, hey, from Missouri, USA. Thank you for being here. Holy, I have to stop. My brain has to stop every time. And I've got to say it out in my mind. Holy Jalokia. I'm sorry. Exactly, we're fine. It's the rest of the normies that are dysfunctional. Yep. Quinthal, you're ready for tangents. Happy to hear that. Amanda is just ready for me to go, to blow. Mama Revamped. Hello from Canada. Excited to catch this live. Mama Revamped, I'm excited for you to be here. So thank you. Now, how do I say this? Is it music, please? Have I actually got a badly spelt YouTube name, which is not your fault, right? Music, please? Because I never would have got that in a million years if I didn't stop for a second there. Greetings from Orlando. Douglas, diagnosed with high-functioning autism in 2015. I'm doing fine, thank you. Oh, so that reminds me. Okay, here we go. Rant number one. Not about you, Douglas. So rant number one. So that must mean you're like Elon Musk, right? So that must mean you're a horrible person. In fact, you must be an arsehole. Well, no, that's not true. So here we go. Stand by, everyone. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready with me? Who's ready? Who's ready to go? Andrea, hi from Cascade Mountains. Would love to hear about great jobs for ASD, ADHDs. Fine dining, bartending, sommelier for 45 years. Oh, really? That's cool. Music, please. Yes, I was right. Ewan, hey. Amanda, ready? Okay, great. Everyone's ready. Meki, Ramad, I'm sorry, Meki. Hi from Mexico. There's been a lot of... Hi, everyone. Brian, here we go. Stand by. There's been a lot of noise recently. And the noise has been, let's all jump on and beat the crap out of Elon Musk. And why is that? Well, because, and this is me just saying what I've heard and experienced. Okay, these aren't like my opinions. I'm saying as an autistic person, I like to talk things through. I'm sure you do too. And I talk things through by getting very passionate and looking at every side of every argument. So I hope you'll stick with me. Chappers, hi. M Vance, I have no idea why you got an ad. I don't have any control of that. I don't have a button to touch. I don't see them coming up. So I'm sincerely apologize. It's not of any control of mine. It's just because I'm absolutely bloody huge. Without me, YouTube would be dead. Anyway. All right, so you understand I'm an autistic person. I like to work through things by talking them out honestly, and I just caught something. All right, so I've noticed that there's a mindset. Who's had a comment here? I have a moral compass and have autism. I would never behave like he does. Okay, great. Wendy, not convinced that Musk is autistic. Okay, cool. So, let's talk about this from an autistic point of view, not from, who's that? Who's knocking? State your name. Is that you, Hugo? Hugo? Conan? Okay. Someone's knocking on my door, not telling me who they are. One of my kids. Who is that? Right. G'day, James. I would like to get the temperature of the Elon Musk conversation. Hugo, you little rat! Hearing giggle in the background. He thinks it's bloody hilarious. What happened? Hang on. You okay? Here, come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, what happened? It's okay. You're okay. What happened? Oh no. You walked into the wall. Oh, little man. It's gonna be okay. Gonna be okay. Oh, he must have hurt himself while he was trying to play funny buggers with me. It's okay. You want to say hello to people on the computer? There. He's coming back outside to play. Hang on, you just want to say hello and go back outside and play? Oh.
Too tired.
Oh, a little bit. It's okay. It's okay.
How many persons you got watching you?
96. That's a lot, yeah? 96 is a lot. Sorry, mate. I'm making it very hard for people to see you. It's okay. 96 people, huh?
Who might have lots of people watching.
Yeah, see, look. Tamba June said, hey there, Hugo. Amanda said, hey, Hugo. Everyone was wondering if you're okay. You fell over and got hurt. Oh, no. Lots of people saying hello to you. Aragon and Queen Thor saying, hey, Hugo.
I'll shut the door.
You're going to shut this door?
Yeah.
It's going to stay in here.
Yeah.
Oh, you sure you won't get bored?
No.
Okay. That's fine. You want to sit on the blue chair? You're safe.
Yeah.
Cool. Just going to sit there. It's pretty boring.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. You don't care. Oh, man. Where'd you hurt yourself on you've ran into the wall and hurt your side of your body? Oh, no. Who's that?
No.
Don't take your clothes off.
No.
You can't take your clothes off. Oh, right there. Okay, I see. Red mark.
I'll say hello.
Hello to who?
Hey, Mom.
It's not Mum. Oh, sorry. Right now, I'm streaming live right now. So he's heard he was playing, just having fun, and then he ran into the wall. And oh, sorry. Are you guys prepared to look after it?
No, I'm going to be.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, it's a live stream right now. All right, this is. No, I want to keep doing it, guys. So you can say hello. You say hello, and then you got to go and play. Okay?
Dad's sitting there.
It's boring for you, buddy. You need to go play with Mama and
We can't leave you here.
Hugo, come on, you can go on the mower.
No.
he can stay here till he's bored. Okay?
No.
I don't know why it happened, but anyway, it's all
leave
good. You know, I promise you, he'll just sit in the background and chat with me. I promise, you'll get bored really quick. Boring in here. Okay. All right, buddy. Let's see. So.
Let's go back. Who's my new character, Michael, and Godzilla?
Oh, yeah. Okay, he wants to get some toys. Hang on. You want to get it yourself?
Yeah, I'll get them.
No worries. We'll talk about this later. But when we were talking about the what's happened is everyone's got a bashing on Elon Musk, and I want to talk about the difference between, obviously, what's happening, the temperature of what's happening, and also paring that down to why is it happening? Why is it happening? Right? Someone has an autistic mind.
Show him.
Ow! Yeah. Let's see. You can show him.
I want you to hold it.
Oh, okay. Who's this? Who is this? You tell him.
You too.
It's Scar King from Godzilla and Kong. Scar King.
Who's talking? Who's going to talk?
I'm talking.
Who's going to say? Who's going to...
You mean them?
Yeah.
Oh, what are they saying?
Yeah.
They say, looks scary. Is he wearing a snake? You want to show him how it opens up?
Sure. Now you show it. So cool.
This is his. If you've seen the new movie, not that movie, have you seen the new movie Godzilla and Kong, where basically Godzilla and Kong team up to beat this guy? This is like his weapon. It's like this. It does look like a giant snake.
Who tell about the funny bit? Who King Kong throw the rock at?
Oh yeah. King Kong throws a rock towards.
No, first, just put it back up.
Okay.
Round the arm.
Yep.
Throw, and I'll put it back after. Pause. Now, Auntie. Oh.
You okay? Thanks, Autistic Jenny. Sorry, I've missed lots of comments. I mean, it's impossible to do what I want to do here. So apologies. We'll get back to what I wanted to do. So yeah, the Kong Godzilla movie. It's okay, buddy. You don't have to worry about locking it, little man. It's okay. Just goes up to the sky. So what you wanted me to tell you was a funny part in the movie was when Kong picks up a big rock or something, and he throws it towards a bad guy, and it clonks him on the head, and you thought that was absolutely hilarious. Hong.
Who's talking about it?
Who's talking about it?
No, I mean a person.
All these people are talking about it.
Tell me.
Amanda said, "That's cool." Smile with me said, "Hi, Hugo from England." They're in England saying hello to you. That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Wow. Godzilla.
He's massive.
He's massive, yeah. You've showed Godzilla and Kong before. Now you got to show Scar King. That's cool.
He's tinier.
And Autistic Jenny, she's in America in a place called Alabama.
I love America.
Do you? What do you love about it? Don't know?
Who else is talking?
Oh, so many people are talking.
Who's
There's 120 people or so.
Who's saying about it? Who's saying about it?
Hi, Hugo from Florida.
No,
They live near Disney World.
no. Oh, I mean.
Oh, what are they saying about Kong?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. About the funny bit.
Oh, they just laughed and said, "Oh, that's funny, Hugo." Yeah.
I'm not going to remember.
Okay, cool, man. One sec, guys. And remember, we're not going to run towards the mile till Mummy sees you, okay?
No, you say it.
Because I don't want you to chop your feet. I don't want you to chop your feet off. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm sorry that I was starting out and then it all went pear-shaped. Talking about Elon Musk to hanging out with my injured child or comforting my injured child. I don't know if you could hear a conversation in the hallway there, but anyway, it was all fixed now. Real life. Okay, what I was going to say was, I like to talk through things. As an autistic person, I find I like to talk through things. Rather, that is streaming in real life, rather than just, have one kind of reaction. I like to look at reactions. So, the first thing is, okay, so if you're going to say you're autistic, am I entitled to say I don't think you are? How would that make you feel? Do you think that's how you want to be treated? If you identify or if you are autistic, do you want to be treated where you can walk around, and this probably happens, but would you like being treated where you walk around and people go, I don't think you are. I'm pretty sure you're not. Because that's what autistic people are saying to him. Now, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think either way. You can think he is or he isn't autistic. I mean, the man's come out on TV and I think he used the word Asperger's, but we know, you guys can separate it, but we know that it is part of the autism spectrum. And yes, you could go, well, that's high functioning autism, right? High functioning autism is Asperger's. And if those words help you, no issues at all. But the bottom line is, no, none of that exists. There's just the autism spectrum. And why is that, Orion? Because it's not 1950. We know a lot more now. Everything evolves with time. There are things you could do and say you can't do and say now, right? 50 years ago. So the evolution of time, right? Okay, so there's autism. It's a spectrum. And it's not about your functioning ability. It's about your support and care needs. Now, you can be, in your mind, as high functioning as you want. I guarantee you still have support or care needs, because of being an autistic person. And that's absolutely just factual, okay? But for having support needs, you do not have a diagnosis. So yes, you could change the world tomorrow, but you'll still need support needs. You'll still need care needs. It just doesn't matter if yours are, more support needs or lower support needs. You are either autistic or you are not. So from my point of view, that's the first thing I say. Who are you to think you have the right to judge me and my diagnosis? And I mean this in general terms. I'm not saying you personally and me, right? Or am I able to do that to you? Well, I think that'd be pretty bad. So the first argument is, okay, he's not autistic, right? Okay, so I don't really think that's fair. I mean, the man said it on international TV, like he virtually came out on Saturday Night Live, which is a big platform. And the next point, okay, so that's the first point. The next point is he did that to excuse his own behavior. Now, this is where a lot of people start to get huffy-puffy, okay? Autism is not an excuse for your behavior, okay? And I've actually seen a lot of this. And I don't, honestly, I'm not a doom scroller. I don't like to be in social media much apart from like posting my own content. Okay, so the short and simple answer is yes. Being autistic, having an autistic brain is the actual reason, manifestation, the actual point of how you are interacting in the world. No, but I wasn't saying that, Orion. I was saying excuse. No such thing. If you behave good or bad, but you're autistic, you're behaving good or bad because of an autistic brain, because you experience the world differently. Do you see what I'm saying? So this isn't about judgment. Oh, I don't like the things he's done. That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. But you don't get to tell the world that they don't like the things he's done as well because you don't like the things he's done. And from my point of view, you can say, either way, when he acts badly, he uses autism as an excuse. Now, I don't remember ever hearing Elon Musk publicly say, I apologize for what I said or what I did or my hand movements or this or that, I'm autistic. I don't remember that happening ever. So what's happening is you're getting people on social media who are saying that, he can't use being autistic as an excuse, but he's not. You are. You're using the excuse argument to say he's not really autistic or he doesn't represent autistic people. No shit. You don't represent autistic people. I don't represent autistic people. We all represent autism. How? Because it's a goddamn spectrum. He's not representative of autistic people. What are you talking about? Neither are you, you idiot. The only representation of autism and autistic people is every single autistic person on the planet because it's a spectrum. He's a bad representative. No, he's not. He's a representative in combination with every other autistic person. So it's okay to have your own beliefs, morals, your own religious beliefs, moral beliefs, and political beliefs. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. But see, it's not okay to then start to say this person doesn't have this diagnosis. This person uses it as an excuse. They never have. And I think from my point of view, I'm not bothered either way. I never have been by people thinking one thing or the other or liking one thing or the other because my whole life I've been taken the wrong way. I've been misunderstood. I've been rejected, and my brain thinks differently. So I'm used to it. It's no issues to me. What the issue to me is when people get all huffy-puffy on social media, trying to say that, I'm just disgusted that this particular autistic person would, we're not like that. We're not all bad. And what's stupid about that is, let's talk about how an autistic brain reacts to the world around us. How often, have you in your life experience the world through your autistic brain differently, to the point where you've said something, done something, not done something, omitted, and it's come across to someone as rude or offensive or wrong or a deal breaker. And you in no way had any intention of creating that scenario. You literally just had a classic autistic response. And we've talked about, these types of things, right? We've talked about these types of things in the past. Because remember, autistic people, we see the world differently and we react to the world differently. We experience the world differently, but it's a medically diagnosed condition, meaning we have challenges. We have challenges in things like reading the room, right? Things like picking up cues, verbal cues. I'm the king of saying something that I think was a funny joke, right? And people going, "Whoa, no, it's either too soon or that's too. I think that's too truthfully funny." Like, I'm the king of that. So I don't think this is. I don't think this is so much about Elon Musk. I think it's more about working out as autistic people where we found ourselves. And where have we found ourselves? We've found ourselves where there are more and more diagnosed people in our community who maybe have been successful in life or have some degree of a platform or fame, success to some degree. And for the first time, it's not lining up with how we see ourselves, or how we see autistic people or autism. And this is troubling, because what it means is you are, or we are, becoming as judgmental, even as ableist, condescending, infantilizing or something, thinking like kids, to our own community as neurotypical people. No, you can't. We're all different. We all have our own unique strengths and challenges. Hang on a second, that autistic person there is being different. You're being different, mate. You're being unique. You have your own challenges and strengths. You're doing weird shit that's offending people. You're saying weird stuff. Bad. Hang on a second. Didn't you just say before that you're trying to tell the world? No, don't judge us as like Rain Man. We're not Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man. We're not just small white boys. We're autistic people. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the clear issue here. This isn't about right or wrong. And I said I like to process things by talking them through. So that's what I don't understand about that conversation. I got absolutely no issues with you, liking or hating someone, agreeing or disagreeing with someone. Absolutely, totally fine. I totally get it. I just think that it's not even about getting bogged down in, but do you know that he's done some pretty incredible things, and he's helped a lot of people. You can say he has or he hasn't. Again, it's up to you. But that's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, an autistic person just happens to have a platform. They act in a way you don't like. Suddenly it's, well, they're not autistic, or they're using that as an excuse when that was never the case. Or this is not how we are, when that's exactly how we are. It's just there's not a TV camera and a billion people watching. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could live my life just today, from now until I go to bed, and if a TV camera was following me and a billion people watching between now and me going to bed, I would probably, and you would too, we'd probably get the exact same reaction that everyone, like a Musk or whatever got. You see what I'm saying? It's not about being liking or hating or being a fan or not being a fan. It's just about understanding the understanding the reality and not just the getting stuck in that kind of like huffy puffy kind of social media vortex. Everyone is so angry and outraged, and it's just, yeah, I completely respect every way that you see it or view it. Absolutely. I just really like to look at things, well, I guess the way my brain works. Like, I like to talk them through. Does that make sense? From start to finish. So yeah, you kind of go through social media and you see all these posts, and everyone is literally just taking a dump on Elon Musk and thinking, okay, cool, so they're allowed to because he's made political allegiances. So you're absolutely allowed to go. So that alone is why I hate him. Totally fine. Or he's ruined social media, and that's what you think. Okay, great. Then no worries. I mean, no worries. He's done this. He's done that. Okay, well then. He can't say he did that because he's autistic. He has to say he did that because he's a bad person, and that's why we don't like him. It's like, no, that's not. You can't separate an autistic brain from a person, or they're dead. So everything you do, every decision you make, everything you do as a person is going through your body and your brain, and you have an autistic brain. So that means everything you do is, you're not being an arsehole, you're being autistic. You're not being rude, you're being autistic. You're not being manipulated, you're autistic, and you are constantly trying to people please. I mean, this is just so from my point of view, I'm not here to defend anyone or stick up for anyone. I just thought it was a good conversation to have. I really I really like the idea of talking things through. Am I good at that all the time? No, definitely not. And I totally get. But isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic that it's possible that a portion of the autistic community, can't deal with someone because of how they are, and they are how they are because they're autistic? Like that's awesome. And it just shows the spectrum of it. I'm not, justifying actions. I also don't think it's always useful to. There's dried blood on my table, which means Hugo must have been. Anyway, thank God he didn't see it. I'm more than happy to support your feelings that, there's just things that someone or he or someone has said and done that it's like, I'm out. Absolutely. If you think that I agree or support or click with every autistic person I've ever met, you're crazy. So totally fine. Like, we all have our Elon Musks, yeah? I'm probably someone's. I'm certain I am probably. We all have our Elon Musks. I have mine. I have my Elon Musks in the autistic community. I just can't get over that. I just can't connect with them in any way. It's impossible to connect with them. So this isn't a political discussion. This isn't a business discussion or a success discussion. This is a discussion using. So what I was trying to do was use an example to talk about something more broadly, which is what happened in social media. We just decided, we can, as autistic people, we can define who is and isn't autistic, who is and isn't faking it, who is and isn't using it as an excuse, which is not possible, right? Because your brain, even if I did something really bad, like committed a serious crime, I would have had to have willingly and knowingly done that for it to be premeditated. But if I did that, well, no, I did that, and I'm guilty of that, and I'm found guilty. That's fine. But it was still willed through my brain, and I have an autistic brain. So I think the difference here is autistic people are actually forgetting that the world actually needs to assess us through that context. Like, you can't get an autistic person and put them on a criminal trial through the lens of a neurotypical brain or experience. And that happens every day. That happens every day. But do you acknowledge how that's wrong? Okay, so we've got to know. Okay. And by the way, check out the news every day. What is it usually? Some autistic youth with mental health problems or a mental disability has gone on a rampage again, right? They're monsters. No, they're not. For starters, I think you just said they have a mental disability. So do you mean they're autistic and they have an intellectual disability? So maybe we should go ahead and have a bit deeper in there. But anyway, the point I'm making is we'll get the autistic person, put them on trial. We'll have a neurotypical jury, and everyone can talk about hitting all the elements of the criminal law through a neurotypical brain and perspective. The idea that would even line up is utterly ridiculous. All the elements don't make any sense. They don't make any sense through an autistic brain. It's not the same. So anyway, I find that really, really fascinating. And here's the other thing, right? And the great analogy is, if you ever people that that see crime, even you hear police on the TV, they say there's good people and there's bad people, and my job is to catch the bad guys. I'm going to catch the bad guys, and there's no bad guys. There's no good guys. There's people who do good and bad things. Sure, there's exceptions to every rule. Sure, there's psychopaths and sociopaths, right? Sure. What I'm saying is, in general terms, if you think you're a good person, you're full of shit. You're a person who can be good and it can be bad. It's called humanity, right? So the criminal law has to look at it very differently. Like, when I was doing criminology and law and all that kind of stuff, you can't look at just the offence. You have to look at the offender. Who are they? What's their story? Where have they come from? How did they get here? What was happening at the time of the crime? Now, that's not an excuse, right? See, I'm not using it as an excuse to say, well, I don't care if you're autistic. That's not an excuse. No, that is an understanding of the overall story and the context to then therefore put that into that circumstance in judgment, right? You always hear this, people go, oh, the judges are they give too much leeway. Well, no, they have to take every case on its individual merits and the individual circumstances. And that's the same with this. You're doing what people that don't understand the system do, right? Well, there's a bad guy, you just put him away and throw away the key. Well, hang on a second. Then do you understand the background here and what will be the best situation? Yeah. Everything is clickbait online, even Orion, creating with Amy. I'm not sure what to say about that. I don't think I've ever tried to create content that doesn't deliver on what I said it'll deliver. But I mean, I'm sure, no worries. Again, as an autistic person, I really love the idea to talk things through, right? It's not about saying this is what I think, this is what you should think. I couldn't be more supportive of you and your thoughts and feelings as your thoughts and feelings. I couldn't be more supportive of them. I wholeheartedly support you. Because I just think it's, you're absolute right, and I would fight for that. But then we just can't be doing this kind of ignorantly, generically, just bashing someone for just the most ridiculous reasons. But yeah, you can still hate people for their, dislike people for their actions and things. Absolutely. I mean, seriously, how about I follow you around with a camera today and shoot every single physical action that you do, and then find a few seconds and then decide what that action meant. It's tricky. Anyway, either way, Either way, so appreciative that you're able to be here and have this chat with me. It means a lot, regardless of your thoughts and feelings. I'm really super grateful that you're here. Stand by. Door closing. Could be a child. Not sure what to say. And I'm sorry I missed out on saying a lot. Lexi, hello, Kelly. SK, Bungle Bounce, James. Who else? We got Interdivergent. Yo. Discord Being. Cosmic Blue Avian. Peter. As Cactus Flower. The Academic Athlete. Hey, Orion, always great when I hop on these and hear your insights and rants. Thank you, Jared. All right, SK Amanda. Madam Anautica, I think. Neurodivergent. Jen from Neurodivergent. I'm sorry, all these comments are flying through, so I haven't seen what you've been talking about. So I'm sorry about that, Jen. But you have a girlfriend. Oh, happy to hear that. I think it's important we are open with our sexuality. Kelly, Orion Elbow. Lexi, sure do appreciate you, Orion. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate that. Interdivergent wants to know if she signs up for the love streams for Jen. Whitney, hi, Whitney. How you going? Sorry, Whitney. I missed that. It's always great to have you here, but I don't want you to feel pressure to be here if there's other things to do. But thank you for being here. It's great to see you. So it looks like. So what are you talking about, Jen? What are you talking about, Jen? Facebook groups, threads, that kind of stuff. Is social media a nightmare for you all now? I feel like people have become monsters recently. Yeah, look, the bottom line is, guys, I try to, I've got kids, I've got a family, got a life. I try to create content that can make a positive impact by telling the truth and being honest and giving real experiences. I try to create content regularly. And as a result, I go onto social media to post my content and to look at the notifications and to try and respond to people. But I no longer feel I have the mental capacity to engage in just being like a normal, a normal everyday kind of scroller. I just don't think I can, have the mental capacity. And in fact, I don't have the capacity to be a good dad and husband, let alone be a good dad, husband, and create content and then just engage in. So yeah, I'm just not, yeah, I'm not sure if you would class YouTube as social media, Whitney. Only on the premise, it depends how you engage in it. I might, even then I probably don't. I might scroll through YouTube to find videos that are of interest to me, but I'm not one of those people that would seek out conversations in the comments. I'm more of just, this looks interesting. I might have a quick listen to this. So yeah. Neela. Hey, Neela, how are you? You're welcome here. Thank you for being here. Neela, I'm pretty sure I gave you your channel a shout out yesterday on my community post. So yeah, Neela, I'm certain I did, Neela. I could be wrong though. It's very confusing, channel names, and let me have a look here and see what I did. Channel names and people's bloody the name that comes up here, it just confuses the crap out of me, and I'm very sorry. Is that Neela? Is that you? Yeah, it is. No, it isn't. Is that you, Neela? I don't know. Is that you? Is that a different Neela? Always Autistic Neela? I can't work out if it's different. That is you. Okay. So why in the chat does it just say NILA, but in the channel name it's always Autistic Neela? It is you. Okay. I put a post out there yesterday, right? Saying, hey, this is, what do they say? I'm really enjoying checking out this brand new autistic content creator at always Autistic Neela. And then I put a link to one of your videos. So there. This is your old channel. Okay. Well, Neela, I would say go ahead and piss out of this channel and come back in with your brand new autistic YouTube channel login so people can actually see you. But either way, I'm looking forward to hearing some new music on your channel, because your old channel, it sang and it was really cool. But, your new channel, your autistic channel. So don't ever log in on this one again or I will find you. Yeah, please. Yeah, so this one here is not the one you should subscribe to. You can check it out if you want. I think Neela used to put videos up, music videos and stuff, but that's only hasn't been going for a while, I don't think. I could be wrong. I have a unique set of skills. Z Shrink, Zach, whatever your name is. So yeah, don't do it again. You made a rookie mistake, Neela. A rookie mistake. But anyway, people are saying hello to you, Neela, and unfortunately, they're not saying hello to you as in your new channel, which is a bummer. So maybe you should put that in that in the comments or something. I can try, but I'm not sure if it'll work. This channel I'm posting from, I just had old songs I wrote. Yeah, and I really liked them. It was really cool. You got a great voice. I really enjoyed them. Let's try. Here we go. I don't know if we can get this right. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad at this kind of stuff, and I'm trying to do two things at once here. I think I got it right. At always Autistic Neela. And am I saying Neela right? Is it Neela or Neela? I think it's Neela. I think I got it right. Amanda, you asked if this live is going to be removed later. Do you think? Do you think? Anyway. And the survey says ding, 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 ding. Anywho. Oh, Alex, you're doing great, brother. Very fun vibe. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Neurodivergent said, hi, Neela. Can't wait to check you out. Yes, that's right. Zach, Z Shrink. Magic 8 Ball, will the stream be deleted? It says not until I've reached 10,000 views. Sorry, one sec. Or made $5,000. So hang on, sorry. It's a marketing trick because I'm a clickbait content creator? Who said that? I think it was Creating with Amy. That makes it all worthwhile, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. That makes it all worthwhile, my friends. That makes it all worthwhile. I haven't done this in a while. I should do it for Jen. That makes it all worthwhile. See all these scripts? See all these autistic scripts that I've written? I haven't even recorded these yet. Look. See all those? I haven't recorded those yet, Jen from Neurodivergent. Look at them all. It's piling up. I can't even keep up. I'm under lots of pressure here. I've got scripts coming out of my bum hole here. I'm having butt babies as scripts. You see what I'm saying? Scripts. That is a lot of scripts. This is the newest, brand new one. This is my brand new one I haven't recorded yet. Whew. And this one is on men versus women in autism diagnosis. Why the differences matter. But I guess I'll change it. Creating with Amy, you'd like to hear about it? Well, you can wait until I've released my clickbait title, which will be leading to the video that talks about me eating cheese. How about that? Anyway. Neela, how do I write scripts? Good question. So what I like to do is the first thing is I like to listen to my community. You guys. Very often you guys will comment in videos and I screenshot it. I just screenshot it. Right, good comment, good topic. I screenshot it. And then I write it, then I write it down on a list. And then from there, I start to research. So, I go to different organizations and find different research and pull it together. And I think the best kind of advice I usually try to give people is, a YouTube script is a story, okay? And a story, I'm not taking the piss, and a story has a classic and really a movable, unchangeable formula for success. And that, again, I'm not taking the piss. And that is a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay, so the beginning is obviously setting up the story. Okay, so if you have a topic, the beginning is going to be, hey, I've got a topic. I'm going to tell you all about it, the middle, and I'm going to help you overcome it, the end. Okay, so let's talk about the topic. Here's what it is. That's the beginning. Here's the topic. What does it mean? This is what it means. What's the middle? Okay, what's shit about this topic? What's hard about this topic? Just like a movie. You meet the star of the movie, life's okay, life goes to crap, right? In the middle, they're trying to fight the crap. The end, usually, they beat the crap. Yeah, YouTube script, my friend. The middle, all the crap things about it, challenges, struggles, issues, experiences. The end is the section on, ideas, strategies, thoughts, hacks. How do you navigate it? How have you navigated it? What could you do? What do you think about it? It's no different to any movie. I know movies, every movie is different, but in the end, you got your topic or your character, right? Life's good. This is me introducing me. Here's my topic. Something goes to shit. All right, now I'm going to tell you how bad it is. I'm going to try and fight the topic, fight the person, finally overcome it, right, with my tips and trips and strategies, and everyone's happy. Roll credits. It just is what it is. So from my point of view, I would say if you aren't trying to utilize the world of AI, which I know people find scary, then you will be left behind. And I don't mean that in a rude way. You just will. It's super helpful for summarizing things. It's super helpful for providing you like outlines. Because sometimes I go, look, I want to talk about this topic. I want to talk about what it is and, how it happens. I want to talk about all the bad things, the struggles, the issues, and I want to provide some practical tips. And here's my thoughts on my tips and my issues. Can you help me with an outline for a YouTube script? And then it'll spit out this outline, and then you can craft it and do it, and you add to it. And so you to work in conjunction with is something that is really important. But you can't just you can't just expect it to do everything for you because it'll just be utter bullshit. And I mean, like I've had an experience where like AI provided me with like sources from research. And because I'm a law school guy, when I looked at them all, when I looked for them all, none of them existed. And I went back to AI, I said, so are these real research studies? Can you show me where to get them? And they're like, no. What do you mean no? So they literally made up the title, the authors, they literally made up everything. So yeah, you have to look at it like, how can I use you to help me, bring this all together? How can I? It's kind of like an assistant producer kind of thing. Anyway, Amanda, who gave you what you need? My advice did, or someone else? Either way, I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad you guys are having a chat and hanging out too. That's the best part. How are people still talking about cheese? I'll never know. Okay, well, I'm glad to get what you needed, Amanda. I'm happy to hear that. I don't know how that's possible, but I'm happy to hear that. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Yes, sharing your story. In Australia, it's right now, it's Friday, the 24th of January. And I'm not sure how you guys word it, but we're going into a long weekend, which means on Monday, it's a public holiday. I'm not sure what you guys refer to them as. It's a holiday. It's a public holiday. It's a national holiday, right? PMFG, correct, Orion. Those of us working in science have noticed AI being inaccurate quite a lot. Absolutely. So it's more about using it to help you bring things together, and it's bloody great at that. And also it's bloody great on, helping you with thumbnail ideas and title ideas, those kind of things, crafting that kind of stuff. What else do I use it for? Let's say there's a really long worded, academically worded study that I want to talk about. I will literally put that into AI and go, would you please be able to summarize this for me and provide me with all the, the key findings and points that I need to know. And then it basically, scours all the information, and I find that super helpful. So yeah, anyway, long weekend, guys. It's a long weekend where we are. Always Autistic Nearly, you've come in. You're back with your new channels. It's about funny. Why am I talking so fast? Always Autistic Nearly, welcome. It's great to have you. So it's Australia Day on Sunday, which means we get Australia Day is a public holiday, but it's a Sunday, so they give you a holiday on the Monday. All my life growing up, Australia Day was a very kind of like exciting, important, fun, long weekend. Your friends and family would get together, we'd have barbecues, cook up some snags. We weren't throwing a shrimp on the barbie ever, but cook up some snags and, watch some sport, that kind of stuff. Aussie, oi, 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 and all that kind of, just really patriotic stuff. So yeah, it was always a really fun experience. And, more recently it's kind of taken a turn where people are scared to say they're celebrating Australia Day or Happy Australia Day or because there's this kind of movement that we shouldn't celebrate Australia Day because we're white people and it's not our land. It's the indigenous people's land, First Nation people's land. So that's been a really fascinating thing to watch, how you can go from a day of celebrating being Australian with one of the most, I live in Melbourne, one of the most multicultural places there is, and what it's like to be Australian, everyone coming together, to it being a divisive day, which is really sad. So I live in Australia, obviously. And again, I don't... obviously, in Australia, we have Australia Day that kind of commemorates our nation. I'm wondering what you guys call it where you are. I think Independence Day in America. I think Canada might have Canada Day. I don't know. And these are really patriotic days and fun days, celebration days. I feel like the 4th of July seems like a really fun, exciting, like energetic weekend or day. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you have the same divisive problems. I don't know. Do other countries starting to experience these kind of more like divisive problems around like their national day with regards to the indigenous peoples, the First Nation peoples? Because I just can't get my head around any of it anymore. But the bottom line is, what's kind of happening now is, groups of our community are starting to actually protest. So, like, go into the city and walk through the city and protest on Australia Day, and rebranding it to be Invasion Day. So instead of the day Australia was created, it's a day it was invaded. And so it's like, okay, so is Australia Day, the day we're supposed to like get together and, enjoy and, blah, blah, blah. But now we're going to have people, walking through and protesting and stuff. And then I guess the core issue, is it seems like these kind of patriotic or, nation celebrating days, they're all just becoming so divided and divisive. And it's like we are redefining the context or the meaning of it. So it's not about just saying, I thought it was about just celebrating. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you've come from. If you live here, I am, you are, we are Australian. We're all Australian. Let's celebrate that. We can't dare celebrate this because it's not about everyone coming from all over the world and becoming Australian. It's about you guys don't get to celebrate this. So yeah, it's really fascinating. And look, again, this is me talking through things, going all legal aspect, but it's always been such a hard topic to talk about. So I like to talk about it my way, which is just I like to talk it through. So back in the day when there were countries conquering, right? So, for example, Great Britain, countries seeking to conquer lands, right, and claim them for their own. Put a flag on the moon type scenario. Yeah. There was basically international law made it kind of clear that, okay, that's fine. In doing so, here's what we're going to do, right? International law. Now, of course, international law wasn't made to or agreed by the indigenous peoples, but international law said there's 3 ways you can do it, right? You can fight for it, like you can go to war, you can invade, which we know right now there's examples of countries that are invading other countries to try and take that land, right? Okay, so there's that. It could be ceded. In other words, the given up. Yes, you know what? We're happy to stay here, but to give up this land to you, control to you. We cede the land, right? Or the land was empty. Or as it was written in Latin, terra nullius. So, okay, it's terra nullius. So it's an empty land. No one's here, so you can just take it. First there gets it. First there gets it. Or you get there, there's people, but they willingly cede the land to you. Here you go. It's all yours. Or you go there, people there, you invade, you start a war, you win or lose the war, the land's yours. They're the 3 ways, yeah? And the issue is the reason or the one that the Great Britain went down was terra nullius. So we got here. There was no one here. Now, we know that's not true, and we know that they absolutely met Indigenous people. I want to say Indigenous Australians, but it wasn't Australia until the white people came over and kind of called it that. So Indigenous, First Nations people, Indigenous peoples. So they were there. So it wasn't empty. So you can't claim it yours by saying it's terra nullius because it wasn't empty. There were bloody people there, mate. Real life Indigenous people. So, yeah, you've stuffed up that one, mate. That's not right. There were people here. And, again, I'm not talking in academic terms or legal terms. I'm just telling a story. And they go, okay, cool, we can work this out. They're animals, right? We'll class them as, we'll put them in the flora and fauna category. Sorry, what? Yeah. Indigenous people, let's class them legally as part of the flora and fauna of the nation. Now, this isn't a joke. The Indigenous peoples of Australia were part of the Flora and Fauna Act at one point in our history. They were part of the Flora and Fauna Act. That's not even a joke. My understanding is we had to have like a national referendum to see if we should identify Indigenous peoples as humans. Okay, so we stuffed that up, right? It wasn't empty land with just animals. We stuffed that up. Okay, so now, as I said, people are now liking to protest on Australia Day. They call it Invasion Day. Okay, so my mind goes, okay, well, then let's work this out. If you are saying that we invaded, then that means we must have won. And if we won on Invasion Day, because clearly, like, the winner takes over. So if we invaded on Invasion Day, that means there was a war. That means 2 parties were fighting each other willingly and knowingly in one way or another, which means then therefore the winning party must then own the land, according to international law, not according to like my thoughts and opinions, according to international law, I'm saying. This is not me. So international law says you invaded, you had a war, you won, it's yours. So then this divisive argument of Invasion Day, and what actually happens is it actually says, oh, then if you run that argument, then they did actually win it legally, which again isn't agreed upon by Indigenous people, and I'm not saying is right. So do you see what I mean by how it's just so confusing for people? And then you go, well, then what's the other argument I run? The other argument is cede, as in they chose to hand control over. Could you argue that? Could you argue that they said, you know what? But we're not interested in this stupid fight, or we're not going to, you could argue all, or you could argue none. They stuffed them all up, right? Or you could tick them off. That's the problem, because this is international law. What do you do in court? You argue, right? You argue. You make arguments. That's law. You make arguments. That's all you can do. So it's really fascinating how this is happening all over the world. And in the end, this is the thing, right? The Indigenous peoples here in Australia, the First Nations people here in Australia, are the oldest group of Indigenous peoples on the planet. So this land was not empty when the Europeans came over. This land was not empty. This land was inhabited. So on Australia Day, for me, it's about I have nothing but love and respect for everyone, as in we're Australian. We're Australian. And it's and by the way, it's unacceptable that you can have an entire race of people who are treated worse than others. And I'm not one of those people that's trying to perpetuate that. Absolutely not. It's like Indigenous people are well and truly, entitled to, clearly a better quality of life. So are autistic people. This is the problem, right? This is probably why we connect so much to them. Anyway, so about 60,000 years ago, and I'll finish this, and then I guess this is getting really boring. I'm sorry if it's getting boring. So about 60,000 years ago, the first ever group of humans that decided, bugger this ancient kind of African area, bugger this. Let's go looking for another place. So in other words, the first ever people to seek another home, to immigrate, launched that journey about 60,000 years ago. Now, they would turn out to be the descendants of Indigenous Australians. Do you see what I'm saying? So what happened was, now it probably took 30,000 years. It probably took 30,000 years for the first group of people to leave, that African area and find another home. And back then, we're working on the premise that virtually everything was connected. You could basically walk, right? Okay, so over 30,000 years or so, the descendants of this particular group, eventually found their way to Australia, or what we now call Australia, some 30,000 years ago. So we have the oldest Indigenous peoples on the planet. Okay. And in addition to that, they are the descendants of the first ever group of humans to leave one land to find another. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Guess what? I am a descendant of a group of people who left their land to find another. Indigenous Australians are descendants of a group of people who 60,000 years ago were the first ever group of people to leave their land to find another. In other words, we are brothers and sisters. We are, and this shouldn't be divisive. This should bring us together. I don't understand how it's divisive. Just look at the history. No, but the Indigenous Australians are always here. Well, no, they weren't. They've been here for a bloody long time, definitely before us. But no, they weren't. They left somewhere else 60,000 years ago and eventually got here. Just like I wasn't, always here. Well, I was, because I was bloody born here. But, you go back through the descendants and no, you're right, we weren't. It's just, I just don't know. I can't get my head around it. Like we are the same. We are all the same. It just, why are we? And all we're trying to do is just celebrate. Everything's about differences and stuff. It stresses me out. Always autistic, Neela. If aliens invade tomorrow, we're going to realize pretty quick we're all one people, regardless of cultural differences. See, this is what I'm trying to say. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. Bang on. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. We are all the same. We are all humans. And this is the thing too. What's the first thing like an astronaut, will kind of say as their observation when they come back? You don't realize until you've left Earth's atmosphere and you're looking down that it is just one home. You don't see the lines of borders. You just see one home. To them, one small, very fragile, sensitive home. Where's the lines? There's no lines. There's just a home, and we're all living on it. And there are barriers and boundaries and all that kind of stuff, but like we're looking at, you zoom out a bit. So that's all I would say about that. We want to start calling Australia Day Invasion Day. I acknowledge and understand your right to speak about that, from a political point of view and a historical point of view, that's just your right. But okay, well, you look at the history, aren't we all? Like, aren't we all? We've all left somewhere to make homes somewhere else, and if that's the case, then can we just celebrate us? So then you ask the question, okay, so is it wrong to call it Australia Day, or is it wrong to have Australia Day on a particular date? And I think, well, what the date won't change anything, right? Because if the argument is based on what it's based on, it doesn't matter where you put it. So, yeah. Bottom line, we are, so we're all the same. Orion, the reason Australia Day's date is controversial because of the manner in which the land was obtained. I just went through the whole historical story. I'm not sure if you were here for that. Sorry, I agree with you. How was it obtained? And we went through the whole story, the whole historical story. But, and what white men did to Indigenous peoples. Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. Okay. No question about that. What we still do, probably, frankly. But what I was trying to say was that's not the point of the day. The point of the, so not you, but that's what that says is the point of the day is to punish me or my kids. Well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I was born here. I was just born into this. It's just me. What do you want? Like, what? How? What? What? All I thought was we were cooking some snags on a barbie, getting together, and just celebrating, celebrating life, humanity. I didn't realize. So yeah, that's that's right. Always autistic, Neela. There's no going back in time. We can only move forward. Now, my understanding, Neela, by the way, my understanding is, you are, you come from Indigenous peoples as well, and you know exactly the experience. Exactly the experience. So, I guess that's why I'm great. I'm grateful to hear your perspective because, from my point of view, I feel like maybe. Autistic System, hey, hello, welcome. Great to see you again. Welcome back. What's been happening? So, I think, Neela, when I said snag, I mean it. That's the Aussie word for sausage, sausages. So, yeah, we cook sausages on the barbie, not shrimps. Sausages on the barbie, put them in a bit of bread, bit of sauce, maybe some onions, bang, Bob's your uncle. Snap. You see what I'm saying? Snag. A snag or snag. Snag is one. Snags is many. Snag. SNAG. Sausages. Sausages. Sausages are not hot dogs, Whitney. How dare you? Put your manners back in, Whitney. Put your manners back in. What the hell is wrong with you? Hot dogs are poor quality, miscellaneous. Sausages are poor quality beef. Anyway, it's kind of similar, but not the same. But what I was going to say in a serious fashion to Neela, because I really appreciated your thoughts and feelings, was, it's unfortunate, but also like how can we ever move forward if, like, you know, Hugo, who was on the stream before when he almost killed himself on the wall, there's a little bit of blood splatter. I'll have to get the crime scene investigation. You know, Hugo's 5. What do you want him to say to you? What do you want him to do for you? What did he do to you? See what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, how Australia was taken and what the white man did to the Indigenous people. Agree, acknowledge. We've all acknowledged it. It's been acknowledged. It happened. But what do you propose Hugo does to it instead of celebrating Australia Day? He's 5. He was born here. He loves here. Like, what do you propose, you know, in his daycare class, in his kinder class? Like, you couldn't have got a more multicultural class. Like, what are you proposing? What do you want? Where can we go from here? So, you know, I just think it comes down to, rather than focusing on that, can we focus on what we've built together? Like, what we've built together. And nothing's perfect. There's no good and bad. There's no right and wrong. There's no, like, we've built together. We have built. By the way, Australia has about 25 million people. 25 million people. We've built an incredible little country. Now, 25 million people. Did you see the Olympics? How can we win that many medals? It doesn't make any sense. Like, right? And here's another example. One of our national games is cricket. So in a 5-test series, so 5 matches of cricket, we won the series and we defeated India. 25 million people in Australia. Sorry, let me ask you again. How many people live in India? Okay, now hang on. You're saying that you couldn't get 11 people out of a billion that can play cricket better than 11 people from a country of 25 million. That mathematically makes no sense. There's no common sense in that. That mathematically doesn't make any sense. If cricket is your religion in India and there's a billion people, you can't find 11 people that can beat 11 Australians out of 25 million. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying by pride. Australians are proud of being Australians. Because how good are we? 25 million people, and we kick your ass in just about everything. Like, seriously. And we built that together. We built that together through generations and generations and generations. We built that together. It is what it is. Travel with love. Again, thank you, brother, for sharing a lovely, interesting stream. We think alike, and with many others, one big family of humans. Wishing you all good health, success, and happiness. Thank you. That's a fantastic, beautiful message. I appreciate that too. Except breakdancing. Okay, now listen up, Jen. Listen good. Listen up, Jen. Listen good. Okay? I don't even want to say her name. Okay, that's how much I despise and am disgusted by her and her performance. I still don't know if it's a conspiracy. I don't know what it is. Either way, I don't like it. Okay, I think there should be more people protesting that particular person's misuse of government funds, when I bet there were Indigenous Australians who could have done 1,000 times better. I'd rather that be protested against, frankly. I guarantee there could have been 100 Indigenous Australians that could have done 1,000 times better. So No. And by the way, I don't think there's an Australian on the planet that isn't related to this person that actually wants to see this person succeed or do well anywhere. Like, that's how much of a tool we think that person is. Absolute tool. Anyway, the boys are starting to play right next to this room. You can probably hear them if you can't. You can hear them yelling. That's them wrestling, I think, being WWE. Kayla, the fact that Orion is bragging about Oz's cricket. I mean, the Aussie cricket team dominate. 12 men, 12 women. Dominate. Women's cricket team, men's cricket team, dominate. Dominate. You want to wander over to England? No worries. Our girls have got you. Bang, out. See ya. Back on your bus, mate. You can't go on a bus because it's water. You know, it's an Airbus. So shut up. Sucked in. Jonathan, we do not dominate because we cheat or do underarms. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way. You just weren't smart enough to do it yourself. No one knows what cricket is for most of these people. It's like the Australian. No. Start again. It's kind of like a European baseball. Anyway, if you're from, England or South Africa or New Zealand or Australia, the Caribbean, India, big time, Sri Lanka. In fact, I've heard that China, this is not a joke, China are considering entering into the cricket kind of landscape as a cricketing nation. But I believe it's just to collect information. That's not true. That's not true. I'm going to get shut down. Hello? I was just one sec. Sorry, TikTok. Just let China know I was just joking. It was just a joke. Okay, sorry. I apologize, guys. And by the way, TikTok, if you're listening, just let China know that I think you're bloody awesome. Thanks. And don't delete my TikTok account. I get at least 3 views a day. All right, thanks, China. I mean TikTok. Anyway. They call it cricket in the US too. Well, they would. Do you call milk in the US? What do you guys call carrot? What's that thing you have in the morning when you get up? We call it breakfast. What do you guys call it? You call cricket in the US? I'm just having so much fun giving you shit. Thanks, Sean. That's great information, Sean. It's great information, Sean. I'm happy to hear that. So you call it cricket in the US too. What do you call those things at the end of your legs? You know, you put socks on them? We call them feet. What do you call them in the US, mate? Yeah, fair enough. This thing here, what do you call this in the US, mate? We call it a hand. I'm pretty sure Hugo, who's 5, is currently squeezing the life out of Conan. Porridge cereal. Yeah, that's my favorite. No, keep going, Sean. I want to hear more, mate. I want to hear more. Let's hear more. What do you? I've got a couple you probably actually call things differently. So the thing on top of a house, we call it a roof. A roof. A roof. The thing you wash your hands in is a sink. A sink? Hello? Yeah, almost. Why? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Thanks anyway. They're going to find keys. They're going to get in. I guarantee Hugo's smart enough to find the keys and get into this room. The rough is on fire. They're going to break down the door, Neela. You're right. Oi! You drongos? All right, I've got to go. The boys need me, so I've got to go. John goes. Thanks for being here, John goes. Appreciate it. I am more than happy. Let me start again. I am more than grateful to have you guys to be here to be a part of my journey and support me and talk through things and stuff. And please understand that just like the way I process things and my thoughts and feelings is not like me trying to like have opinions or preach or say what's right and wrong. Just I process things by talking through things, and to talk through things with you guys, I feel the best. So I hope you guys are all cool with me talking through things with you. I don't want to hurt you or offend you. That was never my intention. So I hope that didn't happen. But yes, always Autistic Neela. It's nice to have a community, and this is definitely your community, and you can even create your own one on your channel, and we can all be together. So but yeah, thank you for being here, everyone. I really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys. I better go before the boys break down the house. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ask Jen from Neurodivergent what she calls a capsicum. Ask her that. I want to hear her answer. Like, don't ask me, ask her, okay? What do you call a capsicum? She calls it some weird word, and then she's trying to tell me it was a pepper. It's a capsicum. What do you call a green one, though? Green capsicum, Jen. What is wrong with you? All right, peace out. Capsicum spray. Bye, guys.